What's up, guys? Back here, Archeage Unchained. Big maintenance happened January 23rd. We have the brand new Archepass. Season 2 is here. There's also some improvements. Probably the biggest one is they say they fixed some latency issues in large-scale events. And then also they fixed the cargo ship via harpoon skill. Which they're trying to say is that you can no longer disrupt the cargo ship with the harpoon anymore. So people can't get harpooned off of the ladder or the chairs or anything like that. So the cargo ship should be safe once again to do. A couple other issues as well. But let's talk about Season 2 of the Archepass. There is some issues as always, but overall, Archepass is a lot better this season. So first up, the Archepass is going to reset on Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So right now, you're going to want to do this as soon as possible. You're going to want to rush this out because you only have about 2 days left, depending on when you're seeing this video. Again, the Archepass will end, this first week will end on Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 4 p.m., that's my time because I'm in Pacific Standard. So we've already done 9 missions the other day. You still get your 6 rerolls a day. You're going to want to make sure that you utilize these as much as possible. You do have to unlock the quest again. You're going to go over here, register and change, and you're going to click on one of the new Archepasses. So the 3 different Archepasses are quite different, and you can take a look at their basic rewards. There's a lot of great stuff in here. If you are playing on your main character and you do not have a costume yet, the costume you would have had to purchase for 300 Guild Stars. I would then recommend using the equipment pass first, because if you do the equipment pass, you will end up getting a free costume right here at level 19. This will save you 300 Guild Stars, and you're definitely going to want a costume. Costume gives you a lot of great stats. So go on to the equipment pass if it is your main account and you do not have a costume yet. If you want a different reward, say you want the balloon, for example, but you don't have a costume yet, I would recommend just getting the costume, getting to level 19, and then switching over to the other pass that you want to do. But make sure that you get the costume. The costume is very, very important. The other kind of like big items that they have in these is you've got these shards to help raise up that costume. So synthesis stones. This is for a cloak right here. You have some infusions as well. And you also get a serendipity stone. So really, really cool stuff in the equipment pass. That is definitely if you are working on gear. The combat pass has this really cool balloon as the end result. But they do have some pretty cool items. This item right here, a fortune box, is just going to give you gold. You have to spend 200 labor, and you're going to get some amount between, I believe it's like 10 to 1,000 gold. Of course, the higher amounts of gold are lower chances. You're most likely going to get 10 to 20 gold, if I remember correctly from seeing a Reddit post on the odds on this stuff. But still, 200 labor for, 10 gold is not bad at all. You have some basic consumables, which aren't really worth anything. This is kind of nice, and most of these have these as well. This is going to give you a Haram Awakening Scroll ticket, which will allow you to pick up some Haram Awakening Scrolls. So either Tier 1 or Tier 2 versions. You also get a Decrystallization Scroll, which that is definitely nice. That's, 10,000 honor points. They have some Luna Charms here, so if you are looking at upgrading your gear, upgrading your gems, if you did the Tier 1 route, you're going to get some of those here in the Combat Pass. Some more of those. You're going to get some tempers. And then down at the very bottom here, level 44, you pick up a very, very important item. This is a Luna Stone. This is the Luna Stone that you need for your costume. The costume is going to have a ton of great stats. So if we look up in the folio, and you can take a look at what these do. You definitely don't want to craft these anymore. And most likely when you do unlock this in the combat pass, it should be a tradable item. So you should be able to sell this. So if you already have a costume, for example, and you're just looking at something to sell, or you're looking at an alt account like, hey, let's try and get the most money out of this fastest, I would recommend going into the combat pass, because I'm pretty sure that these Luna Stones are going to be tradable. They're only required for your costume. So once everyone starts getting them, the values of these are going to go down, but you can see it costs a ton to craft. They're very, very important stats for your costume. And yeah, I'm believing that these are going to be tradable. It does not say that the item is not tradable. It just says it gives you one of these, and these are tradable. So then lastly, if you are on a super alt account and you really don't care much about anything, I would recommend going to the vocation pass, at least to the beginning, because you want to grab these vocation pots. This allows you to help just speed through quests. So we touched upon earlier in another video about the archepass, kind of like how to do it. They changed it up. So before, it used to be really efficient to do equipment synthesis ×5. That was the best way to actually just spam through your archepass quests, re-rolling this mission over and over again until you got the equipment synthesis one. But they changed it now in this update, and now it takes 10 synthesis. Everyone can do this because now the items are in the general merchant. So if you go to a general merchant, you can now purchase all of these basic story quest infusions, and then you can also purchase weapon and armor items from the weapon and armor merchants to use these story quests on, and you can just feed them. So it's not going to cost you that much gold, and it will cost you a little bit of labor, but now it requires 10, and unfortunately, they took out the temper quest here. So before, it used to be temper an item, synthesis an item, or gain experience points. So very simple. Now, in this slot, they have synthesis. They've increased it to 10. They also have gain experience, which they decrease. So there's no longer any more gain 1 million experience points. It looks like it's gained 50,000 experience points or so. So very easy to do now. And then they also have open up coin purses. So they removed the temper quest and put coin purses in here. Coin purses are a little bit harder to get, especially on an alt. And now there's multiple different variations, like open 20 coin purses, open 40 coin purses, etc., which means that it's harder to actually roll on the equipment synthesis now. So it's going to be harder to do all these equipment synthesis on an alt account. What I'm feeling is the easiest way to do on your alt accounts that aren't really doing anything anymore is to open up the middle pass only and to simply re-roll all these right here and look for the labor quests. You can also do easily the vocation badge ones with those potions. And then also you can get the Blue Salt Bonds quest in here. So in this is the Blue Salt Bond, the vocation badges, and then the labor quest. Blue Salt Bonds are pretty easy to do. And a lot of times you'll be able to do turn 20 items in for a Blue Salt Bond at the community centers. And you can pound those out without costing very much. Synthesis 10 is going to cost you a little bit of gold and a little chunk of labor. So I believe it's 200 or so labor for that. I believe it's 20 synthesis, 20 labor every time you synthesize. So it's starting to add up. It's almost, like I said, more efficient to just simply do this one. And it's going to be harder to get these equipment synthesis ones. To me, like I said, it's just easier to get the Blue Salt Bond quest here. And then also, you can just pop potions through the labor points. And then spending labor, very easy. Especially if you are on alt and you are just burning labor for tax certs, for example. If you actually are playing the game, you probably want to roll on the top quest now, because the top quest, as you can see, has become a lot easier as well. Overall, the archepass has become a lot easier for actual players of the game. This one is simply just kill 50 monsters. So the kill quests all got dramatically reduced, the kill bosses got dramatically reduced, and so forth. Kill enemy faction, it used to be 100 to 200, and now it's down to 10 and 20. Very easy. So those are the big changes, and unfortunately, there are still some bugs with the archepass. As always, there are bugs. Archepass will not potentially give you EXP if you finish 2 quests simultaneously at the same time. That's also kind of like a bug. Or if you finish a quest while you're in an instance. So if you have a quest that says kill 10 enemy players and you go do it in Halsey, you're most likely not going to get your EXP from the Archepass. So I would highly recommend not joining instances while you have your Archepass set to kill enemy players, because you might just waste that and not get enough EXP. But it's not that big of a deal if you waste some EXP, because you'll be able to complete all 3 of the Arc passes by the time the season ends. The season ends, you can take a look at the end date here, 4/16. So that's approximately 3 months away. A little bit less. If you do the Arc Pass on the first week right now, so if you do this week's Arc Pass, that means you'll still have 11 other weeks to do the Arc Pass before we hit to this date. You're going to have 11 other times to do it. So if you do all of them, you're going to have 12 times to do the Arc Pass. You can get approximately 14 levels every week. A little bit more than 14 levels if you get everything perfect, but we'll just say you get 14 levels as a round easy number. You need to get to 45. That takes a little over 3 weeks to finish out one pass. So to finish all 3 of the passes, it's going to take you approximately 10 weeks to do that. That means you have 2 additional weeks of extra time that you're going to be able to use on the basic pass, because they did bring back the basic pass again. Or if you just miss a couple days, don't finish out all 12 passes for that week, you'll be able to simply, finish it up in those last 2 weeks. So you don't necessarily need to stress and make sure, you don't have to like, oh my God, I'm going to miss something if you miss a couple of the quests every week. It's okay. If you lose some EXP every week for finishing a quest in the instances, it's okay. You'll still be able to finish all 3 of the passes by the time the reset hits if you're generally doing 12 quests a week. And the quests are very easy now to do. So if you spend any time really in Archeage at all playing the game, you should be able to actually finish the entire 12 quests within a week. Again, if you're actively playing, I would highly recommend doing the first quests. If you're more PvE life skills type player, I would highly recommend doing the second quest. And the third quest, I don't even think you even need to really open this quest. It could just potentially be a big waste of 10 Gilda stars. You could also do this if you like coin purse farming or so, but like I feel like if you're coin purse farming, you're gonna be able to finish the first Arc Pass quest, the kill monster quest, like easy. You're gonna be able to do that. So I don't think you even actually need to unlock the third quest anymore, because it's just not worth it. You're not ever gonna need it. But again, it's totally up to you. The third quest does cost 10 Gilda stars to unlock, so it is a choice of yours. If you want to have this open, you totally can, but I don't think you even need to open up the third quest at all. I think you can save those 10 Gilda stars, and you can simply do the first or second quests only. If you'd like to have all the options, definitely go ahead and open up the third quest, have all the quests there. Don't panic and don't try to do every single quest. Like, don't force yourself to do these quests. You can re-roll them. There are rerolls every day. You get 6 rerolls, and you don't have to do the quest. Like, if I don't want to do the synthesis quest, like this is, say, an alt account that I'm not really gear upgrading, and I don't want to do that at all, I don't have to do it. Doesn't mean I have to even reroll it. Like, so if this was an alt account, I would simply reroll the middle quest until I got the labor quests or the blue salt bond quests, the easy ones, and just keep doing it over. And then towards the end of the week, once the reset is about to happen, I would then go to my inventory and then look at my items and use the items to pop this vocation quest, or simply do some family quests. The middle quest, I feel, is very, very easy to do. You have family daily quests, you have the cargo quest, you've got your just like kill a pumpkin, chop down a tree quest. Like, those quests are very easy, and they'll complete these second middle vocation quests. Very simple. I feel now, like I said, the middle quest is just the easiest one to do. And I mean, on my alt accounts, I'm honestly not even opening up the other quests. I'm not even wasting Gilda stars on the top or the middle quest. I'm simply opening this quest up and doing this on my alt accounts. That's how I am doing it on my alt accounts, and I've had no problem. We're going to hit all 12 of them in this first week. No problem. I did use some of the vocation pots because I was lazy and I had some from before. So yeah. Anyway, there's also another thing that I want to touch upon. Before, you used to be able to change characters and do the archepass on multiple characters. We have some people reporting that it's not working anymore and that it's now kind of account based. So this is my ult on the same account here, and the attempts here are 0 of 12. But again, some people are reporting that it is being shared account wide. We don't know what, which one is the bug, if this is the bug or the other one's the bug. So let me know down in the comment section, is your account sharing the same attempts, or is it on its own independent once again? Again, I want to say probably the one that's shared, the account-wide one, is kind of buggy. I would assume that if they did a change like that, where you can only do one archepass on the entire account, it would have been noted, but who knows? So, again, post us down in the comment section. Let us know if you're able to do this on your secondary character on the same account, or if your attempts were the exact same. If, it was 9 of 12, like it would be on this account if it was, acting that way. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you guys later.